Hi, welcome to Friday Night Live number 2. And it is the 28th. If you're watching this on replay, feel free to answer the questions in the comment section. If anyone is here, please leave a comment in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Give it a minute. Well, I do have, there's Heather. Hi, Heather. How are you tonight? Hi, Melissa. Welcome in. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Viviana. How are y'all all doing? Hi, Brenda. Do y'all all have plans, or do y'all have any plans for Memorial weekend? I'm doing good. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm good, Melissa. Thank you. Hi, Caitlin. How are you, Kay? Grocery shopping? Yeah, that could count. You're still doing something, right? Not really, Viviana. Yeah, we're not doing much either. Probably just staying home and maybe barbecuing some sausage or something, or hamburgers. So what's everyone working on? I'm doing good, Kaylin. I'm doing pretty good. It's thundering outside, so I'm hoping we don't lose power. So if I just kind of go completely black and the stream ends, that's why. The storm. It hasn't started raining yet, but it is thundering, rumbling really bad. So, oh, you're making stitch markers? Hi, Mama. No, I haven't heard from my winner yet. So anyone that entered the giveaway, 12 noon tomorrow, I redraw a winner for my 400 subscriber giveaway. It's getting cloudy there too. Well, Melissa, if you join, I don't know if you got Facebook or not, but I have a Facebook group. You can post pictures of your stitch markers. I'd love to see them. Or whatever you're going to crochet, or whatever you finished, or even animals that you have, or plants. I like them interacting with the subscribers over there too. Beyond just reading comments and stuff, I actually get to see y'all's works in progresses and stuff like that. Viviana says, I'm about to start a shawl with shawl and a ball. Have you used that yarn before? Which hook is better for it? Well, Viviana, I'm not really a big fan of shawl and a ball. It's just too small for me. But to make like a real lacy type shawl, I would go with a 5 or a 5.5, or as big as a 6 millimeter. Oh, you're very welcome, Melissa. Hi, Julie. Welcome in. How are you, Miss Julie? What are you working on? I was sitting here working on my beaded shawl for the beady challenge that is by Lady Bird. So I was working on this today, and I think I got to row 21, and it's my circular shawl that I designed, so it's getting kind of big. And there's originally 31 rows, but it can be made like bigger if you wanted it to. Oh, thank you, Viviana. And you're welcome. You are working on a scarf, mitten, hat set with Premier Basics moss stitch. That's going to be pretty. I was just telling the others that are in the chat that I have a Facebook group. If you'd love to join and post some pictures of it, that would be great. You can post anything to do with crochet or, any crafts. I don't care. Animals, plants, anything you'd like to share. The sky's the limit. Thank you. You also have a cardigan and a sweater to assemble too. Very pretty, I bet. Oh, you want me to show them?
I hate it.
She's trying to work on doing a pair of socks with the magic loop, my grandmother. And she splits it in half and then pulls the excess wire out. But she's she hates it. And this is the yarn. She was not coming to show y'all, but I said, let me show them. And on the shawl, it's Lion Brand's Ice Cream Big Scoop and the color Cherries Jubilee. You liked getting to see it? You mean the shawl, Brenda? Well, I can't even get there. The string is tangled. It's looped around the whole thing. There we go. Yeah. And it's actually one I designed. So that's the beauty of it. I can make it as long as I want. Oh, you mean the sock. Okay. She enjoyed seeing the sock.
It's a struggle.
She says it's a struggle. And then I don't know if y'all remember the other shawl I designed. It was called the Garden of Roses shawl. It was with that green and then the flowered kind of variegated yarn. Well, this is the pattern. And my grandmother is making this for one of her friends. She's using my pattern for that. Thank you, Julie. And I do have five of my patterns so far in my Ravelry shop for sale. They're $2.50, and every once in a while I do put them like on a 10 or 20% off. But I usually announce when I have a sale going on, or I do giveaways for them. So that's so sweet. It's cold and rainy here, so it is a good crochet day with a hot cup of coffee. I'm thinking about making hot chocolate. Ooh, that sounds good. But I'm a coffee drinker, so but I do like hot chocolate, like in the winter. Yeah. And I ended up having to order more beads and they came in, I think, Wednesday for this shawl. And it comes in the little bags like this. I've already used both packs just on like 2 or 3 rows. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But the good thing about these, I got them off eBay. They were $1 for 200 beads. So $1 for this one, $1 for this one. And then when you purchase one, you pay the first initial shipping of $2.99. And then for any other bag afterwards, you only pay 25 cents shipping. So it was a good deal. They're pretty good beads. I haven't had one break. And I have come across 4 out of this batch that I could not get the steel crochet hook through. But I bet I could get like a little sewing needle through them. So I'll just save them for something else. You drink a lot of coffee too. Once in a while, a hot chocolate is a nice break. Yeah, that is true. I don't drink coffee all day long, but I span like 3 cups over like 5 or 6 hours. I hit that coffee pot as soon as my eyes open. It's like, go to the coffee pot. Connie was supposed to be here tonight, but I think she may have gotten busy or something. So, but it's okay. I may not be long on here anyway because it's kind of getting, rainy outside. I just don't want the internet to go off, so, or the power to go out. We got a stupid cable box. It's an all-in-one Altice One. We have phone, internet, and cable. And so when the power goes out, even for a couple of minutes, and then it comes back on, the internet won't come back right away. So it's a real hassle. And then you have to leave it off for like 2 hours before you can get anything to work. Viviana, you like iced coffee, but didn't have any since March 2020. Wow. That's a long time. I make iced coffee every once in a while. I make it really, really strong. And then when I add it to the ice to make it cold, it works out like regular strength. And it's not like watered down coffee, So that's how I do the coffee. Make it really strong, super, super strong. And then once you add it to the ice, it's not watery or anything, watered down. It's rainy where you are too, Melissa. Where is everyone from? I know Brenda is, I think, in Louisiana. I know Kay is in Alabama. I'm not sure where you are, Julie, Melissa, and Viviana. I always try to remember, but I can't always remember. Bear Crochet Critters commented on my video earlier today, and I'm like, I think her name's Brenda, but I'm not sure. I think it is. I'm almost 90% positive. Oh, you're in New York? That's cool. And you're in Ohio. And Mama is from the back of the house in her room. And you're in Northern California. So I have 2 people from New York in here tonight. Okay. Yeah, there is a lot of people to remember. And most of the time, like Julie has her name in it. Melissa is Melissa Fuller, Viviana Sandy. That's easy. But when you start getting into like Bear's Crochet Critters, I have to try to do something to remember her name. So I take the B That's what I figured out after I found out it was Brenda. I was like, B for Brenda, Bears Crochet. So that's what I tried to do to remind myself of people's names. But do what? Are y'all buffering? Well, not y'all, but am I buffering? Well, my internet is kind of doing something funny there. You go by Bear or Brenda, so either works. Okay, well, that's good to know, but I think I'll remember your name now. Hello. And for those of you that don't know, Patricia Walker is my grandmother. We're in the same house, so she's in her room. I'm in the living room. No, I'm not. Okay, that's good. It might just be our internet then. Well, that's good to know. Oh, it is raining right there in Queens, New York. Okay. Well, I do have a few questions. I had forgot to write down some questions to ask, so I only have 4 left over from my live with Ladybird. So I'm going to try to span them out over the course of at least 45 minutes. I don't think I'm going to stay the full hour, but the first question is, and this is going to be kind of fun. It's going to make y'all think. You have your own late night talk show. Oh, you got to go, Julie? Okay. Have a great night. I don't know if you're feeling bad, but if you are, I hope you feel better. And I'll see you soon. Thank you for coming. You have your own late night talk show. Who would be your first guest? Guest, not guess. So I guess my first guest. Hi, Jen. Welcome in. Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you for showing support for me. That is awesome. Okay, so my first guest, I guess that's kind of, I would have to be in between, I guess, Johnny Depp as my first guest and Matt Smith of Doctor Who that played the 11th Doctor. He was my favorite doctor on that TV show. Hi, Tammy. Welcome in. How are you doing this evening? Thank you for joining my Friday Night Live. And I just asked a question. If you have your own late night talk show, who would be your first guest? And I'm just saying my 2 favorite actors that I would have on my show would be probably Johnny Depp and Matt Smith, who played the 11th Doctor in Doctor Who. So those would be my guests. Lin-Manuel Miranda. I am not even sure who that is. Your mama says Tom Selleck. I guess I'm going to have to look up and see who Lin-Manuel Miranda is. It is a hard one. I'm doing good, Tammy. Thank you. And you're welcome. You don't know? Maybe a random person, just see where it goes. That's so funny. Hamilton the musical. No wonder I didn't know that name. I haven't seen that one. So you would have Johnny Depp on there too. Yeah, he's my favorite actor. Second guess Tom Selleck. Okay. She likes her some Tom Selleck. Love how creative he is and how he inspires my daughter. Aw. Sam Elliott. That's cool. Alicia Keys. Yeah, that would be nice. I don't know if I asked what everyone was working on or not. Okay, you would have Angelina Jolie on there. She is a pretty good actress. What was that one? Salt. The movie Salt. Have you ever seen that one? Or Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That was a good movie. Singer Sam Smith. I know that name, but I'm not sure of any of his songs. Oh, I did? Okay. I know other people have come in since then, I guess. So I'm asking all the newer people that come in, what are you working on then? You're working on a baby. It just jumped. Baby blanket. That'll be cool. Yes, because then I told y'all could post pictures in my Facebook group. That's right. Thank you, Viviana. You just refreshed my memory. Thank you. Yeah, I liked Salt too. Yes, you've seen it. Okay. You're making granny squares for a blanket. You know, I took a lot of scrap yarn over the last year and a half, and I made granny squares, and I just have about 50 or 60 made up, and I haven't done nothing with them yet, but that's kind of what I do with my scrap yarn. I just make the granny squares and then set them aside for a bigger project at some point. So.
And you stuff pillows and origami animals.
Not with granny squares.
No, with the scrap yarn.
Oh, well, yeah. But I meant like big pieces of scrap yarn. Mama was saying like this pillow that I made, I actually stuffed it with like the getting tongue tied, the bits that you would snip off of like say right here, like there's a tail and you'd snip it off after you sew it in. Those pieces I saved for over a year and a half, and I stuffed that pillow with it. So you're working on trying to see if your first video for your channel uploaded properly. Hope so. Well, I can always check on that for you. So I'll try to do that after the live. I'll go to your channel and see if I can see the video and hear and all that, okay? Actually thought going, I kind of got a little confused, Melissa. Oh my God, I actually thought maybe about doing that is what you mean? Brenda, you save your little yarn scraps for stuff like that too. That's cool. That's the first time I ever stuffed anything with scraps. And I have noticed there's bits and pieces, like the little fuzzes, they're coming out the stitches. But it is so soft and it's heavy. I mean, it feels to me almost like 5 pounds worth of yarn in it. You're very welcome. There's the rumbling again. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Okay, it's okay. I know typos happen. It's understandable. I just was trying to figure out what it was meaning. Oh, you were, okay, yeah. You were thinking about doing that with the pillow. Okay. Well, it is very handy if you don't have a lot of what's the stuffing, the fiber fill. You could, like, say you have a little bit of the fiber fill and mix it with your yarn scraps and stuff them together, and it probably would hold up a little bit better than just straight yarn. You know, like maybe the yarn would cling to the fiber fill or polyfill or stuffing. Well, tomorrow, I still haven't heard from my 400 subscriber giveaway winner. And tomorrow I will be redrawing at 12 noon Central Standard Time, which is 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern. It's taken me a little bit to get used to that. And 6 p.m. GMT, which is UK time. So also throw them in the yarn in the spring for the birds to add to their nest. Yes, you can do that. But they have to be little pieces like that. I don't think you want big, huge, long strings. It might get wrapped around the little birds. I don't know. I'm just saying I wouldn't want it to. Sometimes I tuck the yarn bits into the center of the proper stuffing so that it stays in it a little better. Yeah, that's kind of what I was kind of getting at. I guess I should have said something more like that. Make a big bowl and stuff the yarn bits in it. And I'm kind of excited. We're going on our trip starting Tuesday. We're going to stay 2 to 3 nights. We're not sure exactly how many nights yet. At least 2. And going to Louisiana. I might get to meet Connie. Just depends on what her schedule looks like. So that's going to be interesting. And where we're going, it's only about 45 minutes away from her. So that's exciting. I'm very excited. But it's like a 5 or 6 hour drive from where we live. So I'm not looking forward to that part. But we do stop at this one state park, and it's just slightly off the main road. I mean, there's a little driveway, and you're right there. And we always stop there, sometimes on the way there, but mostly on the way back. And like, we'll take out a few pieces of bread and feed them to the fish that are there. And sometimes I'll see turtles or, stuff like that. But we don't fish. We always forget to take the rods with us. And we used to have some water lilies that we brought back from there. and they ended up all dying. But she had them like my grandmother had them for about 5 or 6 years, and they multiply like crazy. I mean, like crazy. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and ask I don't know where my pin's at. Okay. I guess I don't need it. I only have 4 questions. Okay, so what was your least favorite food as a kid? Do you still hate it now, or do you love it? I don't really know what my least favorite food as a kid was, but I know I used to eat fried mushrooms, and then after a certain age, I did not like mushrooms. Um, but now I can eat them, and I really don't like the taste for them. But if it's on pizza, I won't. I don't mind them, but I will not eat them by themselves, like fried with ranch or anything. Actually, I have. There's this one restaurant in town that does like fried pickles, fried mushrooms, fried onions, and as appetizers, and I will eat their fried mushrooms. You don't like pinto beans and cornbread as a kid, or um, do you like it now, or do you still hate it? Reese's, laugh out loud, but you like them now. Also, cooked carrots, loved as a baby, but now yuck. Yeah. Okay, you still dislike them. I don't think I've ever really cared for green peas. I will eat them because I know vegetables are healthy for you, but I don't like them. You didn't like chicken stew, but you do like it now. My grandmother makes a pretty good sausage stew. Um, it has like potatoes, corn, um, onion, carrots, rotel. That was the other thing I was trying to think of. You like frozen peas, but not canned. Yeah, I don't like canned peas. I don't like frozen peas. I don't like green peas at all. But like I said, I will eat them because I know vegetables are supposed to be healthy for you. But I like every other vegetable there is, just not peas. And if I'm looking this way, I'm looking out the window, just so you'll know. Never liked cantaloupe, but then later found out as a teen I was allergic, so I still stay away from it. Oh no! I do like cantaloupe and honeydew and watermelon with some salt. Well, not the honeydew or the cantaloupe, but just the watermelon with salt sprinkled on it. Every every summer, we'll usually buy a watermelon and split it in fours, and each one of us, because there's me, my mom, my grandma, and my brother, and we'll each eat 1/4 of it, and I'll just sit there with the little salt shaker and a fork. And I had heard somebody, um, it might have been on Kay's live yesterday. Someone was making watermelon jam. I have never heard that before. Oh, you make it out of the rind. Okay. Well, that's what Mama just said. But when we went to Louisiana last year, they have a farmers market where we go, and I found something so awesome. And I had never seen this before. It was garlic jelly. real concentrated garlic jelly. And I love garlic. I don't know. I can sit there and chop a piece of a clove in half and just chew on it. I love garlic. I can't eat much of it because it'll give me indigestion. But that garlic jelly, it's like they boiled the cloves down and got all the juice out of it. Hi, Aunt Pam. Welcome in. Oh, it was your sister. Okay. I had never heard of watermelon jelly before. I thought that was so awesome. And it was, she made it really strong, and we bought one jar, and I probably ate that thing within a week and a half to 2 weeks. And it was like a little jar that was like about that big and that big around. I loved it. And I'm hoping that they'll have their farmers market open again so I can get some more. You're welcome, Aunt Pam. Mama's somewhere in the chat too. Or at least she was. I don't know if she still is. She's knitting her sock in her room. She's fighting it. Oh, that thunder just shook the walls. I can hear the pictures rattling. Pam says, hi, Mama. She says, hey. I'm glad you could make it, Aunt Pam. I always forget to tell you when I'm going live. I usually do try to post it in my Facebook group, and always forget to tag you. But I did this time. So, what are you working on, Aunt Pam? And the last question I asked was, what was your least favorite food as a kid? Do you still hate it now, or do you love it? It's okay. We all forget something sometimes. I'll walk into my room, and this is happening more often than not. I'll walk in my room and be like, what was I coming in here for? And then I'll walk back out and I'll be like, okay, well, I was standing over here doing this. And then it'll jog my memory. Like, oh yeah, going to get that. You're getting your craft room up and going. Well, that's cool. You'll have to post or send me some pics in an email if you don't want to post it in my Facebook group. Trying to make doll shoes for my new used dolls. Okay. Doll shoes. Are you crocheting the shoes? Hey, Kaylin, are you still here? No, you're not crocheting them? Well, how are you making them then? Okay, can you talk to your sister and see if she knows how to make garlic jelly, or if she ever heard of garlic jelly? That would be interesting. Trying to learn to make fancy shoes. Okay, but I meant, like, how are you trying to make them? Like, with what stuff? Thank you. I appreciate it, Kaylin. And nobody here in Texas has, like, we have a farmer's market at our mall. I think on Saturdays, and then on Wednesdays, they're down by our courthouse. And no one out of the farmer stands heard about that at all. And they're like, well, no, never heard of that. It must be a Cajun thing. I don't know. Hard plastic soles. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting. When you get them finished, post a picture in my group. You have so many irons in the fire. You need a planner. Every day, work on one other project. Man, you don't waste time, Kaylin. You already texted her. I just meant later on, like tomorrow or the next day or something. You did it right then. Awesome. Well, thank you. Okay, that'll be good. Oh, you would have forgotten. Okay. Well, that's understandable. Are you off? You're still off, aren't you? I was about to say, are you at work tonight? I remembered you had like a 4 or 5 day weekend, so that was a stupid question. It is still rumbling and it's getting dark outside. It hasn't started raining yet, but it's rumbling really bad. I'm just glad the internet hasn't gone out yet. Yeah, that's right. I remember now after I was fixing to ask it, I was like, yeah, she had a long weekend ahead, so I have a blank in time. I thought it was Thursday. Nope, it's Friday, Aunt Pam. And don't feel bad, Aunt Pam. It's you lose track of the days more now than I think we used to because there's not a routine anymore that we're doing. Daily schedule. All right, I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question. You stay home too much. You need to get out more often. Yeah, you do. And you're excited, Kay, for having the time off. If I don't know how much you actually work, but it seemed like you work almost every night with only certain days off or no days off or something like that. So I would be excited too. The next question I have is if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Hands down, I love spaghetti, so or lasagna. One of those two I would be happy with for the rest of my life. Oh, there's my mom. Hi, Mom. Welcome in. It's okay. I know you were eating. Aunt Pam's here. Not here at the house, but in the chat. Worked Sunday night through Thursday night. Okay. I knew you had certain days you worked and then certain days you were off, is what I had thought, but I wasn't sure. What's for Din? I think they had burgers, tacos, spaghetti, or pork chops. Yeah. Pizza Hut pizza, thin crust, with olives and bell peppers. Well, hello. You had Papa John's today. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, Aunt Pam, what would it be that you would never get tired of? Oh, that's a pretty good choice, Tammy. Now we have two Tammys in here, and my mom, I'm just going to refer to mom. So when I say Tammy, that means Tammy Twyford. Okay, guys. Steak and baked potatoes. That's an awesome choice. Is it going to have all the fixings on the potato? Hi, Cynthia. Welcome in. How are you tonight? Sorry, my voice is... Let me grab a drink. It's breaking up on me. Cornish pasties? I'm not sure. You mean pastries? Roast with tater and corn and carrots. That would be a good meal. Yes, with the works. Best thing in the world is a baked potato with all the fixings. You're welcome, Cynthia. I'm glad you're doing okay. And Tammy Twyford, Tammy Arwen is my mom, and Patricia Walker is my grandmother, and Pamela Morgan's my aunt. So I have most of my family in here. Cynthia, that is an awesome choice too. Lobster, steak, baked potato. Hi, Pamela Hunter. I'm sorry, I just missed your comment. Welcome in. How are you doing tonight? And the last question I asked, if you didn't hear, I said, if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? It is good family support. My mom's usually here, and my grandma's just trying to help out, with watch time. Because to be monetized, you got to have 4,000 watch hours in 1 year. That is like a lot. And another thing, like for those that, like, say you don't have any social media, like if you were to share one of my videos through email, like click the share button, copy the link address, send it to yourself. You don't have to share it with anybody else. You could just send the email to yourself. That's still a share. It's like a Hot Pocket, homemade with pie type crust. I just saw lightning. Pie type crust filled with meat, turnips, onion, and potatoes. That sounds good. I wouldn't mind trying that. You're doing fine. Hope you are. Do y'all hear that thunder? I'm doing good. I'm doing very good, Pamela. Thank you. What are you working on tonight, Pamela Hunter? Since there's two Pamelas in here and two Tammys in here. Cynthia, what are you working on? Sounds like it's raining now. Yep. There's water dripping off the roof. I think she called it. Let me see if I can scroll up and find where she said it. Cornish pasties is what she said. Auntie? Okay. Pasty? Is that how you're saying to pronounce it? Pasty? Working on a temperature blanket for my youngest daughter. Already made one for my oldest daughter and 2 grandsons. Oh, that's sweet. I have a Facebook group if you have Facebook. I have a Facebook group. I'd love to see pictures of your projects or animals or plants or whatever you'd like to share. Sky's the limit. I would love to have my mom still here. She would love to see my YouTube. Oh, I really don't know what to say to that, Cynthia. That is kind of, yeah. I kind of feel the same way about my grandfather. I wish he was still here to see my YouTube. Because I was not crocheting when he was alive. I mean, so I actually started crocheting after he had passed. So, he'd never gotten to see all the neat things that I've created. So, yeah. Okay, so I did say it correctly. This darn weather has me all in a knot, cold and wet. Yep. I will have to look up a recipe. Well, if you find one, Mommy, let me know because I want to try it too. You just finished your 4th top. Wow. I have a Facebook group too, Cynthia. You can join if you want to post your projects there. Oh, thank you, Aunt Pam. Y'all are going to make me cry. It's okay, Brenda. I just didn't, when you look at a word and you're not sure how to pronounce it, you could say it this way or that way. That's what I was like. When you're reading something, you're not sure how to pronounce it. You're welcome, Cynthia. You don't have to be sorry, Brenda, for the confusion. I just wasn't sure how to pronounce it. Like crochet. Okay, you don't pronounce the T like crochet. You don't you crochet. It's French. So certain things, you would pronounce either with you'll kind of get what I'm trying to say. Certain letters you don't pronounce. I can't believe it's 53 minutes already. I can't believe I've almost been on an hour. Oh, my leg hurts. Cynthia. Oh. The other day I was in Connie's bingo. And this is the funny thing. I'm Connie's moderator, just another stitch. And I was supposed to be writing the bingo numbers in the chat. And when I saw her pick a number, it was 71. Then someone in the chat said, not 71, 17. And so I changed it to 17. Then somebody else said, no, not 17, 71. I'm like, wait a minute. So was it 17 or 71? I got confused big time. Do y'all hear that thunder? It sounds a bit off when you say crochet with the T sound. Yeah. Yeah, I've almost been on an hour. Silly silent T. Yep. How confusing. I know, right? Pronunciation on stuff is like confusing sometimes. Like when I was learning French in high school, we had the teacher to help us pronounce things. But you know, when you're sitting here trying to teach yourself how to read a different language or pronounce it, if you don't have anything to listen to, you're probably pronouncing everything so wrong. You heard that during bingo. I was like getting flustered. I'm like, okay, well, which one is it? So I can put the correct number up there. Just be real. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to ask one more question. I can't believe I made 4 questions ask. I mean, it lasts the whole hour. If you were, oh yeah, I remember this one. If you were left on a deserted island with either your worst enemy or no one, which would you choose? I guess I would have to say, as much as I would hate whoever my enemy would be, I would rather have an enemy there than be left completely alone. Well, that's true, Pam, but I also have a little bit of dyslexic, like when I'm looking at numbers, sometimes I will swap them. So I wasn't really for sure. I was writing the numbers down as she went, but I could have swapped it. So that's why I said I was confused at, you know, somebody said, one person said, hey, no, it wasn't 71, it was 17. And then somebody said, no, it's not 17, it's 71. So I'm like, okay. So, but I don't. I think they were trying to be helpful, you know. So, yeah, that's what I think too, Brenda. I wouldn't want to be alone because you can always, you know, have your enemy there and become friends eventually. That's hard. I'd probably pick the enemy, my worst enemy, and why? Because I have to have someone cook. Crystal, not I. You're not that. Crystal, I'm not that too. Hot that too. I don't know. Yeah, I love being alone, but island big enough for us to split up when you had enough of the enemy. Yeah. My worst enemy to take up the time. You'd rather have your doggy friends? Because you can always become friends with someone eventually, even if they are your enemy. So that's what I would say. Oh, you have dyslexia too. Okay. That I never would have guessed that's what you meant. I would have the enemy there for use for fishing, fish bait. Yep, that is use. I mean, I've never had a doctor say, hey, yes, you have dyslexia. It's I'll be looking at a number and then I'll say it out loud and I'll say, like, say I'm looking at 93 and I say 39. And I do that a lot. So, you know, that's why I say I have dyslexia, because it happens more times than I'd like to admit, which I'm not embarrassed by anyway. It's just it happens a lot. I have to be careful with phone numbers too, because I'll do the wrong one. It reminds you to continue your friendship with Mama. I don't want to be fish bait. She ain't gonna throw you to the fish fam. We would not do that. Oh, my grandma's a couponer, and we were at Kroger grocery store. Kroger's had this water in a 6-pack, 10 for $10. So I got 6 bottles of water in each pack for $1. And I don't really like regular water, and this one's flavored water. I will drink this more than regular, like tap water. And that was such a good deal. I got 60 bottles of water for $10. Remind me. Okay, I already read that one. Fish bait is too funny. I did say flavored water. It's flavored water. Wild berry, actually. So. Hi, Heather. Welcome back. I didn't even know you were gone. I'm sorry. And it's okay. Yeah, it was a pretty good deal. I don't know how much they are originally, but 10 for $10 is awesome. So, yes, they are yummy. Oh, my left knee is starting to hurt, so I might have to go. And I think they're about usually $2 or $3 for a 6-pack. So yeah, that was a really good deal. Well, I am live every Tuesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time, and that's 10 a.m. Pacific Time, and 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, like tonight, it's Fridays at 6:30 Central Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and 7:30 Eastern Time. So, I got a blackberry lemon flavored Powerade the other day. So good. You love plain old water. My dogs just had a fight in their buggy and fell asleep. So, but next week, I'm not really sure if I'm going to go live on Tuesday or not because of our trip. I might get Connie to be live with me in person, or if she can't make it, I will just, because next week is her week to be on my channel. So I don't know as of yet. So bye, Cynthia. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great evening and a great weekend too, and happy Memorial Day. Oh no, why are Baxter and Ruth fighting? Okay, so I'm probably gonna get off here. All my my link to my Facebook group is in the description box, and you're welcome, Cynthia. And I'm gonna get off here, and before it starts coming down raining. So I want to say thank you to everyone who came in tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe. And if you drink, drink responsibly, please. And if you don't, then good. And I will see y'all possibly tomorrow for a redraw on on the 400 subscriber giveaway. I still haven't heard from my winner. So thank you everyone for coming, and I will see y'all later. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.